Can you imagine a woman in the 1800s writing the first computer program? No electricity, no laptops, just candlelight, ink, and paper. Ada Lovelace wasn't copying poetry like her father. She was sketching the future of machines. How did she pull it off? If stories like this make you see history differently, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next hidden chapter. Ada was born in 1815, the daughter of Lord Byron, one of the most famous poets in the world. But Byron left when she was just a baby. Therefore, Ada's mother raised her away from poetry, filling her education with math, logic, and science. Most young women were taught music, sewing, and manners. But Ada studied geometry, algebra, astronomy, and even the mechanics of engines. Therefore, she developed a rare gift, the ability to mix imagination with numbers. She once called her work poetical science, because to her, math wasn't just cold symbols, it was alive, like a language waiting to tell a story. At 17, Ada met Charles Babbage, the father of the computer. He was building the Analytical engine, a machine of gears, cogs, and cranks. Most people thought it was just an oversized calculator, something to crunch numbers. But Ada looked deeper. Therefore, she saw a machine that could follow step-by-step instructions, almost like it could think. Later, when an Italian mathematician wrote a paper on Babbage's machine, Ada was asked to translate it into English. But she didn't just translate, she expanded it. Her notes ended up 3 times longer than the original. Inside those notes was history being born. She explained how the machine could calculate complex Bernoulli numbers, not by hand, but by following instructions. That explanation became the first published computer program in history. What do you think? Was Ada simply writing instructions? Or was she really dreaming of the digital world we live in today? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to see what you think. But Ada went even further. She imagined machines one day might create music, art, and symbols, not just numbers. At a time when computer meant a human clerk with a pencil, Ada predicted a future where machines would create, compose, and even inspire. Therefore, her notes were not just technical, they were visionary. Still, her brilliance came at a cost. She lived in a society that doubted her because of her gender. Many dismissed her ideas as fanciful. She also struggled with illness, and by the age of 36, she was gone. Her papers sat quietly in archives, almost forgotten. But her vision lived on. Nearly a century later, when real computers were built, engineers realized she had described their potential long before anyone else. Therefore, she was recognized as the world's first programmer. Think about it. Every app you open, every website you visit, every piece of code that powers our lives today can trace its roots back to Ada's words written under candlelight. Was Ada Lovelace a forgotten genius, or the first to glimpse the world we live in today? Let me know in the comments. She didn't just write numbers, she wrote vision. She called it a recipe for thinking machines, and her ink still hums in the heart of every circuit we use today. If you enjoyed this story, I recommend watching The Shocking Mystery of the First Photograph, 1826. It uncovers another moment where invention changed how we see the world. Don't miss it.